Hello there. With 5 days to go to Brexit Day, MPs are all at home waiting to see what the European Union will do about it. Here we are with 5 days to go to the most important date in the nation's recent history, when we do not know if we'll be leaving on a no-deal Brexit basis this coming Thursday, or with a deal shortly thereafter, or with another long and pointless Article 50 extension. And on top of that, there's the question of whether there will be a general election in the very near future or not. And all those pathetic MPs who went through that anti-prorogation publicity charade, loudly proclaiming they needed to be in Parliament, holding the government to account non-stop until Brexit Day, are all at home this weekend and the parliamentary lights are out. Do you remember those cringeworthy selfies they took in an empty Parliament while it was prorogued before the Supreme Court came to their rescue? Well, where are they now? Anyway, we're now 5 days away from possibly leaving the EU without a deal. The whole exporting business community must now be getting a bit concerned, not because it might be a no-deal Brexit, but because they've got no certainty one way or another. And that's all because the Remainer MPs forced into place that stupid Benn Surrender Act that gives the decision to Brussels. The Remainer MPs can't wriggle out of this one. They got us here. So Brussels, via the EU Council, has to make a decision. But the EU 27 is also looking for certainty before it makes that decision. A certainty that our government can't give them because the majority of MPs in Parliament won't do anything until the EU tells them what to do. At the moment, the latest is that the EU 27 Council has decided they do need to tell us how long our extension will be, but they can't decide between them how long that extension period should be. And without a decision by our Parliament on whether they want an election or not, or to really and quickly get the latest withdrawal agreement treaty through, then what is Brussels meant to do? Give the UK yet another few months and hope those same MPs might decide something different? At the moment, it seems that the Labour Party and opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn is insisting that the no-deal Brexit scenario is removed from the table before he'll back a general election. And as it takes 434 MPs out of the 650 to actually vote for a general election, then the Prime Minister does need Labour MP votes. But the deal or no deal choice is not in the hands of either Boris Johnson or his government. Parliament has slowed down the deal option to a point where I'm not sure that they could get the legislation through in time to get it ratified before the 31st of October. Remember that after the Commons votes on it, the related bill or bills would then have to go to the House of Lords, and it also has to be accepted by the EU Parliament as well. And none of that would start until Monday, when there's only 3 days to go. No, it's almost certain a Brextension is needed to get the deal through now. And everyone knows that any extension given to this Parliament will not be used by MPs to get a deal through. No, it will be used by the majority Remainer MPs to frenziedly work out how they can get another extension. Be in no doubt you'll see them brazenly bussing off to Brussels once again to talk to Michel Barnier, Ursula von der Leyen and their ilk to find out what they need to do to get yet another Brexit extension. Now, Brussels needs a good and proper reason to offer an extension, and continuing the internal House of Commons squabble may well not be a good enough reason anymore. So this talk about the EU delaying a decision until Monday or even Tuesday next week may be the application of maximum pressure by Brussels on Parliament to either firmly agree the deal or to at least vote for a general election in the upcoming vote on Monday. But I think that there are more than sufficient MPs who are less than happy to face the electorate to ensure that any House of Commons vote for a general election fails. In fact, the Telegraph reports that On Thursday, a group of 41 One Nation Tory MPs met the Deputy Chief Whip Amanda Milling to say they did not want an early election. So even Conservative Party MPs don't want an election. And we know why, don't we? They want to maintain the Remain majority in the Commons so as to work on reversing Brexit. But by Monday, there will only be 3 days left to Brexit Day, and by Tuesday, obviously only 2 days to go. So where are the cries from Remainers that a national emergency is upon us then? They must be absolutely sure in their own minds that Brussels will not let them down and will soon ride to the rescue with a juicily long Brexit extension. But maybe not. So if Parliament votes against a general election on Monday and the EU Council ends up delaying their decision until Tuesday, it means that Parliament has opted for no change and forced the decision on Brussels. All that the UK and EU then both face is just more destructive dither and delay. Unless, of course, the Prime Minister takes charge in some way, possibly by invoking the Civil Contingencies Act on Monday evening, suspending the Benn Surrender Act and withdrawing the Article 50 extension request letter, and declaring we are leaving on Halloween. But that would take a very brave version of Boris. I would like to think, though, that some high-level and classified diplomacy has been taking place between the UK and France to broker a deal for France to help us sever our connection with the EU. After all, it's France that's been at the forefront of opposing the consensus among the other EU 27 member states, isn't it? And remember that the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, is keen to replace the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, as the sort of de facto head of the European Union. So maybe Boris has made a few promises. Trouble for France is, are there any guarantees he'll be around long enough to see any promises through? So that might be a forlorn hope anyway. Something or someone somewhere will have to give before Thursday. Anyway, what do you think? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.